If you want to become an expert communicator, you need to be speaking the same language as the person you are communicating with. You need to be using the same verbiage, terms, and phrases that that person is using when communicating with them. And more importantly, you don't ever want to use terminology that they are not familiar with or that they can't relate to. Now, this applies and is important in both face-to-face situations and indirect scenarios, like when you're creating online marketing campaigns, and I'll tell you how to do it in both cases. So when speaking to someone in person, it's important that you take a second to actually listen to what they're saying, and more importantly, how they're saying it. What kind of terms are they using? What kind of phrases are they using? What's their tonality like? What points are they emphasizing or not emphasizing? What are they getting excited about? What are they not too excited about? You see, the problem is when most people communicate, they're just waiting for the other person to stop talking so they can have their chance to talk. Well, instead of doing that, you should be actively listening to what and how the other person is talking about so that you can communicate with them in the same tonality, using the same terms, using the same phrases. Now, this becomes a little more challenging when it comes to indirect communication, like when you're trying to market and sell something online. So in this case, what you need to do is proper research. You need to find out what kind of language your ideal prospect is using if you are not familiar with that market. So for example, if I was selling a course in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu space, I wouldn't use vague, ambiguous statements like this course will help you level up your jiu-jitsu game. Instead, I would use specific, direct language that my prospect is familiar with, like this course will help you slice through your opponent's guard, smash them, and cross-collar choke them every single time. You see, those are terms that my ideal prospect is familiar with and can relate to. And here's what I want you to remember. When people feel that they can relate to you, when people feel that you understand them, the byproduct of that is they feel that you can help them. And so the more relatable you become to your ideal prospect or even the person that you're communicating with, the better. Another example, one time I had to write a marketing campaign in the golf space. I've never played golf in my life. I have no idea what the terms are. So what I did is I went into one of my favorite places, Reddit. Reddit is an absolute gold mine when it comes to researching and figuring out the language that the people in your market are using. And I discovered terms like pure shot and shallow. I had no idea what these things meant. But once I saw and heard prospects in that market talking about that desire to hit a quote-unquote pure shot, I was able to create a marketing campaign that spoke directly to them. So once again, always make sure you are using the same language that your prospect uses when you communicate with them. When doing it in person, simply observe them and listen to them. And when doing it indirectly, do your proper research. Head over to Reddit. That's my #1 recommendation because that's going to give you everything you need. You can also check Amazon reviews to see what people are happy with and, more importantly, what they're unhappy with or dissatisfied with when it comes to the topic that you're talking about. So check out the book reviews on Amazon. And lastly, you can go into Facebook groups on your related topic and look at the language. Look at what people are saying. What terms are they using? How are they expressing pain? And how are they expressing unfulfilled desire? Then match that. Speak to that on the same frequency and wavelength that they are speaking on. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment, give it a like, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get updated when I drop more videos like this.